The Effigy Mounds National Monument in northeast Iowa is a sacred site to 20 Native American tribes across the Midwest.
KCRG TV9's Keegan Turnbow reports a researcher at Luther College in Decorah is working to learn more about what lies underneath those mounds.
This is Effigy Mounds National Monument. It's a sacred site to at least 20 Native American tribes across the Midwest. And this is Little Bear Mound, one of about 50 effigy mounds here, most at least 1,000 years old. The National Park Service says while we know the mounds are burial sites, questions linger about why and how they were made.
They're a pretty rare resource. There aren't many of them left from the original hundreds that used to be in Iowa. And they really haven't been very well documented in terms of the nature of how they were built.
That's why Luther College professor Colin Betts started surveying mounds across northeast Iowa nearly a decade ago, using remote sensors rather than excavating to learn more about these mounds without damaging the site. It was in 2022 when Betts began surveying here at the National Monument. He's learned there's much more to these mounds than what you can see from the surface.
We can tell that they excavated ground out in the shape of the mound before they built them. We get inclusions, rock piles, places where they were heated. Just a lot of complexity, I guess, that isn't apparent just from the surface of them.
Betts said that complexity is not random. These were ceremonial traditions critical to the tribe's culture.
And it was guided by their view of their place in the world and the universe, how they interacted with different forces that exist.
9 years after he started studying effigy mounds, Betts still wants to learn more. He wants to see how mounds differ regionally, which will take more surveys and more work. But Betts says he's grateful this national monument exists, protecting what's sacred centuries later.
The nice thing about these, unlike a lot of parts of archaeology, is you can't necessarily see it, right? Where these are this great physical expression of these really important things that people did 1,000 years ago.
In Harpers Ferry, Keegan Turnbow, KCRG TV9 News.